to show you how to get rid of the American data and to get rid of the American that's in the legend itself. That's actually two separate steps. So you go to your map, and what you're going to do is you're going to need to create a featured layer. So just go to the specific data that you want to edit. Now, I should pause and say that you can also upload data directly and do this, so you don't have to upload your data first to this and then move it over to create your hosted data. You can actually, in the future, upload your data this way. So you upload the data to your contents and then bring it into your map. And that way you can do all this editing and stuff without taking this step I'm showing you now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this layer, and I'm just going to rename it slightly. I know it's going to ask me to get rid of characters, things like that. It allows for underscores. So I'm going to do this, and I'm going to create the item. I don't know why it's suddenly being slow. Okay. So now I'm going to go to content. And here is what we did. We created a featured layer. Now, when I said before you can upload data here directly, to do that, you can go to new item, click here, and you can drag data here and say, make this a featured layer. You can also, do that here as well, but you can not even go through all these steps. You can just drag it up there and tell it to be a featured layer. If it has any errors that come up, one I did get was it said that there was a duplicate field, which when I looked at your data, and maybe this is something I did, it may not be something you have on your end, but there were duplicate columns. So there were 2 longitude and 2 latitude columns. And so it wasn't allowing for that. It made an error show up. And so all I did was go in and delete that and fixed it. So if you find when you're uploading your data, it says that, double check and make sure you don't have any duplicate columns. Okay, so here we are. We have a featured layer. So we're going to go into that. And what we need to do is publish it. So this is going to make it a hosted featured layer. So I'm going to need to give it a different name. So let's say published. There's a lot of renaming and creating of files, which is one reason why I'm not sure this is necessarily the step you want to take. For this, it may just be more efficient to download and re-upload your data. Okay. So now we've done that and we're pretty good, except we should go in. If you notice this on the right hand side here, a lot more options popped up. So notice you could update your data, and export your data. So you could technically, I'm not sure if let's see if I click on that. Yeah, so basically I could edit the data offline and upload it, and it would just replace it directly. So this is another place you can do that work, which is really handy for uploading and downloading your data to edit it. Up here we have these fields. Now you can see your table. What's good is you can click in them and you can edit. So if there's like a misspelling in one of them and it's not worth uploading and downloading or going through a bunch of hoops, you can always just click there. You can see the visualization. And what we need to actually get to, though, are the settings. So when you click on settings, you scroll down and you say enable edit. The reason for this is because this will allow you to edit the legend. If you don't do this, you won't see the edit option. I will show you what I mean in a second. Okay, so I'm going to save that. Now we're going to go to the actual data. Okay. So you see this little icon here. It's a filter and it's got a little background. That's something that you don't normally see, say, when you're in your usual content map. Like what you have now probably doesn't show this. This is something you'll see once you have created a featured layer. Okay, so that's where we're going to click to make this edit. So here you can see you're given the option of using expressions to edit the data. And this is kind of interesting, and it gives you a sense of maybe some other changes you could make for getting rid of records or something like that, or adding something in maybe. So we know that we want to get rid of the American data. So ethnic identifier is not American. I think does not contain also works. So I'm going to apply that. Notice all the red dots went away, so it's gotten rid of that data. But if you click on legend, you'll notice that is still there. So we need to now go to edit. If we didn't make that edit update in the when we were under settings under the when we were in settings under the particular layer, when we were in the contents area, I selected the edit box. That allowed this to pop up. If I hadn't done that, we wouldn't see this. So I'm going to click on edit. Oh, excuse me, edit, and whoops, I think I've done something wrong here. Oh, here we go. Sorry. Okay, let me start over just. Okay, so we're in here. We go to legend. We click on edit. We get these little boxes here. If you go down to the bottom here, it's a little bit hard to see actually. It says manage. So I click on that. I go to American, and then I remove, and then I'm going to save the changes. Okay, so let me go back. So we're in good shape there. Just going to refresh that to make sure we didn't lose anything. Okay, so now we have this layer that has the American removed. I'm going to show you that I think if we just save here, it's actually going to create a new map. Yeah, so when I hit that save, I'm going to actually create a map based on this. So I'll just say Boston restaurants, 1895, no American. So let's save that. If this is easier for you, this is an option. So now we're going to go back and take a look at content. Let's see if everything worked out okay. This is new to me as well. Okay, so this is that new web map we created. So it's this, and I can tell just by looking at the thumbnail that it's not, there's no American there. Okay. Then we have, let's see, this layer, the featured one. And let's see if it, yep, okay, good. So no American is there. So now we have a layer, and I might even want to rename this to make it clear for me, like, you know, no American layer, that does not have that information in it. Okay, so you could then be in your map. I'm going to go back here, sorry. I'm going to go back to this map. And then I can bring in, so when you're in the map you've been working in, if this is the more convenient way for you to do it, you can add the data layer you just created. Search for layers. Here, this is the one I think that's right. So I'm going to select this. This is why naming better than I did is helpful, because if I said no American, I would be able to see this easily. And there we go. So now we have a map that has the new data that has no American data in it. So hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions. I'm sorry I stumbled around a little bit. Like I said, this is new to me as well.